Let's just affirm it's a beautiful day. It is Sunday. We're going to get our spiritual energy flowing by standing up and singing together. Oh, what a beautiful morning. All right. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. I love this one because we sing about the cattle. All the cattle are standing like statues. All the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by, but a little brown maverick is winking her eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Ah, the sounds of the earth are like music. Let's sing it. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. That breeze is so busy, it don't miss a tree. And the old weeping willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Good morning, Unity.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Kathy Mathis. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome each and every one of you here this morning. Please know that wherever you are on your spiritual path, you are in exactly the right place, and we are so grateful to share this moment with you. In Unity, we bless and embrace people of every lifestyle, culture, and creed, and we honor and celebrate the many paths for God, to God, for God, and we honor and celebrate the many paths to God, many names for God. Exactly, many ways to experience God. And we come together every week to celebrate that for ourselves and with each other. And we are so glad to be with you this morning. As we start our service, two things. First of all, we'd like to ask you to check in on social media, and then please put your electronic devices into meditation mode for this service. And the second thing we'd like to do is to share our daily word with our friends and family around the world. And today's word is free. I am free. I am unlimited. The lyrics to the hymn, I am free, I am unlimited, are regularly sung in spiritual centers of many faiths and denominations. They resonate on a universal level because they express an important truth in simple words, a proclamation of spiritual freedom. I may encounter daily challenges with my work, relationships, finances, or any number of other elements of this human experience. My ego may immediately believe me to be trapped, forced into painful choices shaped by the demands of others. I remember that I am infinite potential. I am always free. At such times, I hear my true self gently singing to me the truth. I am free, I am unlimited, there are no ties that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited right now. And from 2 Corinthians 3:17, now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. And if you would like your own daily moment of serenity, we invite you to get a copy of the Daily Word at the information desk, and we have both large print and regular size print according to your choice. And now we get to welcome Reverend Heidi.
Thank you, Kathy. All right. Excellent. Beautiful. Well, good morning. Let's just say it with that 11:30 energy of coffee and breakfast already in you, okay? Good morning. Good morning. All right, I love it. That's fantastic. And bring your friends, y'all, because everybody, we all 11:30. We want 11:30 back. I'm like, okay. So we love you being here. So thanks for following the urge to be part of a spiritual community that loves you just the way you are, and recognizing, what is my authenticity and who am I really and what am I about, and just to be able to have a place where you can search those questions, find those answers, and breathe into that truth. So let's just I invite you just to close your eyes and let's just take in the magic of this moment. Recognizing that the chair on which you are sitting has been selected just for you. It's been waiting for you. Life is always waiting for us to say yes, to get out of our own way and show up. So you're stepping into a consciousness of gratitude, of noticing the things in your life that are already there, that are already working, this place of being able to notice what you've already received. To recognize that everything you need to be the great soul that you are is constantly given to you. And our ability to say thank you, thank you, thank you is how it all comes together. So we allow this service to be exactly what each and every one of you need, and to hear what you need to hear, reveal what needs to be revealed, and heal what needs to be healed. And so just see how these words fall on your heart. And say silently to yourself, I am free. And silently, I am unlimited. And silently, there are no ties that bind me. So we feel the welling up of spirit as we tell ourselves the truth that sets us free. And now if you'll repeat it and we can say it together, I am free. I am unlimited. There are no ties that bind me. And as we say on Sunday mornings, I am. God is. We are. And all is well. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Well, what a treat. Thank you is how we love to start the service. So much to be grateful for in this community all the time. But you all filled out gratitude flags. We are spending these 8 weeks in a gratitude experiment series, and many of you filled out gratitude flags. And then our gala team came in yesterday and put them up, along with Pablo. I don't even want to think about how it worked out because there must have been ladders and all kinds of things involved. So, and none of our ladders are new. So I'm just saying that was quite the feat. But so I'd love the gala team members that were part of that to stand up and let us give you a big round of applause. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yes. The rest are home resting. But and we actually have we are filming the 11:30 service now. So you guys, thank you if you're home. And I just want to tell you about a couple of these prayers because they're really beautiful. And I invite you to go around and just feel the energy of what people have written. One of them, dare to be the best you can. When times are tough, dare to be tougher. We all need to be appreciated. Always sing and hold to your dreams. Thank you for singing, Kathy. Given you will receive Spain cruise. Okay, more of you could go on that if you choose in May. I am here for you. I love you just the way you are. Oh, so grateful for Rev Heidi and Sweet Sophia. Okay, I'll take that one. Warm fall days. Don't waste what you know. So just a lot of, you can see how this comes out in so many different ways, but we can all relate to it. So we just allow gratitude to continue to be our mission and our flow. We've had a number of things that are going to happen during these 8 weeks. We had the Unity Singers concert that was amazing. It was last Friday. And we have CDs. We have 2 CDs a set from that concert. If you weren't here, or if you were here and you want to take it home, it's $10 and it's out there at the Wings. And we just, again, what gratitude. And then what is going to continue to happen, this is for 8 weeks. Friday, November 3rd, we're having our gala. And on Sunday, November the 12th, we're having our annual meeting, which is for the active members. So it's just going to all culminate in some really beautiful ways. And Dan Paterno, after the service, is taking a video of people. If you want to say, I am grateful, what you're grateful for, you can go talk to Dan. You will be featured in a feature film that will be at the Cinemark. I know, maybe, who knows? And then we have the gratitude testimonial that's in our bulletin each week. So there's lots and lots, if you want to write a testimonial about what Unity in Chicago means to you. And this is from our youth director, Lynn, who I don't see out there, but Lynn Williams wrote this week. So just lots of different ways to notice what you're grateful for. And so, oh my gosh, how can we miss this darling girl? So we have a gala announcement. We're going to start at the top of our service. Gratitude for Tammy and for this wonderful party. And here she is, Tammy Bridges.
Good morning, everyone. You know how I love to blend into the background, so I'm trying super hard to do that this morning. Okay, so I have a couple of gala-related things for you. We have extended the gala auction item donation deadline. It was this Sunday, and now we are pushing it out to next Sunday, and that's October 22nd. There's a gala donation form as an insert in your bulletin, and if you'd like more information about what items we're looking for, you can come see me at the gala table in the Sunshine Gallery following service. The event tickets are still available, and we have table captains who would love to have you at their table. Don't be shy. If you don't know anybody, we will put you with the perfect table and make sure that you have all kinds of new friends at the end of the evening. The tickets are $150 each, or $135 if you have the Abundant Life program enrollment, and that is our automated giving program. The live raffle tickets are also on sale. $100 gets you a 1 in 150 chance of winning your choice of one of our live auction items. Those items include Hamilton tickets, a prayer flag, a trip to Cabo San Lucas, are just some of the items. So we've got some really good stuff, and for $100, you can't beat the odds. Also, you can see me in the Sunshine Gallery. If you have any questions, you want to buy tickets, you want to donate something, I'll be the girl, standing out in the crowd as usual. So thank you so much.
Beautiful. Okay, so another way that we are generous and grateful is that we tithe to our community. So when we talk about this, when we're giving, but the idea of giving is that not only does it bless this place, it's all about the flow. So it goes out and blesses many folks. And I'll tell you specifically about our tithes later at our offertory time. But we gave to a community, a nonprofit called Family Matters. And they tutor young people from kindergarten to high school. They're in our community, and the development director is here with us today. It's Amanda Reuter, and she is, she's development director. They teach leadership, and they tutor young people, and I want Amanda to tell us about it. So Amanda, why don't you come on up here, and let me give you a mic. That's right. She's our Zen friend. Yes, I'm glad you're here. And here's our check to you all. Yes, and she has a table up there, so you need to go talk to her afterward to go see the information. But you tell us about Family Matters.
All right. Thank you so much for having me today and for your generosity. My name's Amanda Reuter, and I wanted to tell you a quick story about Family Matters. So it's truly a community-oriented after-school program. I like to call it a resource center, an innovation youth incubator, and and a home away from home for many families in the North of Howard neighborhood. It's just a few miles north of here. So we support youth by offering programs K through 12 that tailor to individuals' learning needs and encourage creativity and really holistically promote self-efficacy in all youth. And we're centered around transformational education, leadership development, and relationship building, like Heidi said. And the mission of our work is focused through the lens of eliminating racism and building a more equitable community. So the organization began back in 1987, just a small community group of moms who wanted to have a safe space for their children. And it's expanded and evolved ever since then. So another key element to the story is the words that we use to describe it. And for us, that takes the form of the principles of leadership, which is our communication model. And the three tenets are mindful thinking and language, which is a method of thinking and being that opens pathways to encouraging possibilities, peaceful conflict resolution, an approach to resolving conflicts that foster harmony and new beginnings, and responsible decision-making, reframing of consequences as opportunities for learning and growth. So that really infuses all the programs, working with youth and the team members and everything we do. So to bring it full circle, I moved to Rogers Park in 2015, and I was looking for a way to get involved. I really didn't know many people, so I just Googled after-school tutoring, and I found Family Matters, and it's been a really fulfilling connection ever since. They take the time to pair you with a youth, and for me, it worked out really, really well. The student is interested in art, so I brought him to my friend's studio, and we saw what it would be like to be a muralist, and the student then opens my eyes in important ways to many other things, and I think that's a key component to it. But now I'm joined the team, and so I have the pleasure of talking about Family Matters, and I might be a little bit biased, but I think that our story is worth telling for all the youth who are writing their own future. So thank you for all of your collective support, which supports the next chapter, and we hope our paths cross again. Thank you.
Hey, you. I appreciate it. Okay, and their website is familymatterschicago.org.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. And then she has all kinds of flyers out there, and you too could be a tutor for a young person.
Yeah, I have a sign-up sheet if you're interested. Put your information down, and I'll send even more information about the website and ways to get involved.
Thank you. Thank you for your ministry. All right. Thank you, Amanda. How sweet. All right. Okay, so we're all about getting out into our community. So do go and see what is happening over there. I'm going to certainly be part of that. One of the videos on their website shows a lady that was a tutor for a young person, and then she said, I was here to teach this young person, and this young person is teaching me about how to live my life. And so it's really a very rewarding world. So thank you, Amanda. Thank you for suggesting the tithes, and I'll talk about that later in the service. But Nancy Jarvinen, one of our congregants, is on their board, and so she'd suggested that we tithe to Family Matters, and then Amanda said she'd come in, so it's just gratitude all over. So we're going to begin with some music, and we're going to talk about treasure today. The treasure certainly is the sense of connection to young people, and Holly was in a prosperity class and was telling us about, I don't know about marketing myself, I'm a singer, and all this kind of thing, and so in a prosperity class, we bust you out of your old way of doing things, and before you know it, she's here singing with us. So Holly McGuire, everybody, give her a big hand. Yes.
Good morning, Unity. I feel so grateful to be sharing service with you today, and especially because I'm grateful that I found my church home on Unity Throne Street. At last, my love has come along. clover. The night I look at you, I found a dream I could speak to, a dream that I could call my very own. Found a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill that I've never known. You smile, you smile. There's a spell, you know that spell was cast. Oh, yes it was. And here we are in a heaven, 'cause you are mine, you are mine at last. Peter Paul said, I found a dream that I could speak to, a dream that I never know. I found a thrill that I could ever press my cheek to, a thrill that I've never known. You smile, yes you did. And that's when that spell was cast. Here we are in a heaven. You are mine in the morning, you're mine at noontime, you're mine at tea time, you're mine at supper time, late at night when I'm doubtful, when I can't go on, when I don't know up from down. You are mine at last. At last. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if we're supposed to feel like that at church. Whoa, that's right. My gosh, I'm under the spell. That's beautiful. Holly, thank you. Wow, all right. So you feel grateful for having been blessed by Holly? Yeah, let's give her another hand. And Sarah and Peter and Kurt also, yes. Yeah. So that's the idea, how does it feel to receive, right? Because that really is the nature of gratitude. It is noticing all the ways in life you receive. It is phenomenal how we don't notice, right? How so many things are set up. We just walk around and life's just blessing us in so many ways. And what we notice often is, the cracks on the sidewalk rather than the ways that the sidewalk's wide enough or large enough or the sun's out or whatever it is. It's just a bad habit, not noticing what is already working. So thank you so much for doing your thing. And So we're in an 8-week experiment. And we have committed to a practice that is about allowing the power of gratitude to have its way with you. Like that song. To have its way with you in that it is often the powers that are within us that we really don't notice. And so this idea of gratitude, it's like this idea of having a flashlight where you can see one area, but if you do a laser, you can cut glass. So the idea of gratitude and practicing it every day is going to shift you. It already has if you've been doing this practice. And so the practice is that every day you send 3 things for which you're grateful to a friend, text, phone call, email, Snapchat, whatever you do. And then you are willing to write down things that people for whom you want to forgive, or you want to write an appreciation to someone, and then you want to call them and tell them or send it to them. And then that you start feeling grateful in all things, the things that are really challenging even. What a concept. It is what the spiritual masters taught, and they said it's in you also. So I'm just telling you what I heard from like the Bible and other books. Like this is for you to do also. All right. Okay, so the idea then, we're making an acronym so you can follow along. Like, we have to, keep it simple, as they say. So we have an acronym for the 8 letters of the word grateful. And so we've talked about generosity, how to be generous, how to recognize that you have time to listen. You have money to spend. You are abundance. That you have love. You have plenty of love. You go to the doctor and say, I want a love test. They go, well, I can't find that love. But you know that you have love, that there's generosity in you. And so we looked at generosity. Then we looked at realization, this realization that spiritual law really works. And if you've been practicing this, you see that I am noticing things that I haven't noticed. I have a pan to fry my eggs in the morning, or I have my car works, or the things that you just take for granted. You start to notice them. A realization. And then audacity I talked about last week, this audacity to find good, even in the things that feel awful. I'm out walking in the rain yesterday, and I'm like, hey, there's a song. I'm singing in the rain. And I'm like, my dog's fine. And even though all of her fluff has gone away, I'm like, aren't you upset about looking horrible? And she's like, no. So the deal is that we have these stories about something being bad, but it was kind of fun, right? So it's the ability to shift, the audacity to be happy anyway. There's a great book I love. It's called Happy for No Reason. Right? Just being willing to see that I'm breathing. That's kind of a nice thing. So the audacity to be happy or joyful anyway. And then today's word with a T is treasure. Now, treasure is another one of the things that we work with. That treasure can tend to be something outside of us. If you get a treasure map, there's an X on it, and you're looking for treasure, right? So you're going out, you're seeking it somewhere. It's often categorized as hidden treasure or buried treasure. So you can see it's something that the setup is that you're going to have to go find this thing. When we know on the spiritual path, it is already in you. So treasure is not so much the material thing, it is that joy in you that connects. And that really is unlimited and is not about an attachment to a specific thing. But we do get confused. So let me see if you can finish this song for me, all right? A kiss on the hand can be quite continental, but... Okay, so you've fallen into the trap also. All right. So the idea of the things that we love, the shiny things, it could be power tools, it could be sports equipment, it could be whatever, it could be clothes. And so we find that this is the thing we love. I'm going to get this thing and it's going to make me happy. But see, what Jesus taught us, and I would say he was a man of great abundance, was that if you do not put this idea of treasure in things, and we'll look at what he says from Matthew. Oh, there it is. But do not store for yourself treasures on earth, where moths and vermin destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven where moths and vermin do not destroy and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So the idea is that these things that, and we've all had things that have gone missing or have been stolen, and somehow you are still alive, right? Because that attachment to that thing is a marginal consciousness. It's a thing, you're enjoying it, you're using it, but that is not, the truest sense of treasure. It's heaven, and heaven is a sense of connection to that cannot go away, that is in you and will always be in you. I had a little test because life tests me, and I think life tests all of us. So I was on a church trip, and I was in Prague, and someone broke into our hotel room and stole money from my roommate, and it is interesting because she comes in. We went out to dinner, and she comes in and she looks at her. She goes, "Somebody's been in here," and she looked in her backpack, and her money was missing, and her business phone. And so she's like, "Oh my gosh," and I said, "How did this happen? They came in our room. That's so it's weird." And so I'm like comforting her. We go down to the front desk, and we need to get a police officer here, and we need to do all these things. And so I'm comforting her. It's these things. You're always going to find the blessing in this. And then we get upstairs, and I go, "Oh, I'm going to use my laptop." I look in my laptop bag. My laptop's gone. My attitude changed. From being comforting to, "What the hell? Where's those police?" And I'm like, I could even see her going, "Wait a minute, you were like Miss Comfort a minute ago." And now it's like, "It's my stuff." Yeah. So, I'm always like, okay, practice some principles here. And we ended up spending our day in Prague, half of it, at the police station. And we had an interpreter, but the idea is when you put your treasures in heaven, eventually, it was kind of fun. I'm there with my girlfriend, Gabby, who I love very much, and we're there and we're talking, and we have an interpreter, and Gabby's missed language, so she's like, "This Czech language is really interesting, isn't it?" I'm like, "Yes." And this isn't even on the tourist map, and oh my gosh, we're getting our own tour. So when I came out, I said, "Let's take a selfie with the police sign." She's like, "Okay, now you're going too far." But we do have one, but I've been forbidden to use it. So, but the idea was that if we really make this treasure in heaven, because do laptops disappear? Is a laptop going to hug you or give you any? It's yes, and it's helpful, but it's not heaven. It's not where your treasure is, your real treasure. So our gratitude practice for this week can really be grateful to look at the things that are your aspirations in life, and even maybe proactive gratitude, being grateful for the thing that hasn't happened yet, like my performance at Unity, or the well-being of this relationship, or whatever it is. So the character I always think of when it comes to treasure is a pirate. And I was reflecting on this because we have that pirate energy. There's not enough. I've got to go be a pirate. Rah. And then there's the part of us that's, I'm good. I'm good. I'm at a police station. It's all good. So I thought of a pirate story that I'd heard in a prosperity class, which is all about living your dream. And so I would like to inflict this recovering pirate on you. But I will tell you one thing that he asks us to do in this video is to go, "Arr!" All right, so you got to do it, because like it'll work. So here we go. So let's do it together. Arr! All right. So at the end, he's going to ask you to stand up and say "Arr." Okay, so just get ready. But this is about 15 minutes. This pirate's name is Calico Jack. And he has a really wonderful story of going from a place of feeling, like I was when my laptop was gone, to a place of, maybe my dream is bigger and will come through with being able to be in acceptance. And not only that, excitement about who I am. So I present you with Calico Jack.
Got a passion for dream building. Say "Arr."
Arr.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Calico Jack, and I am one of the world's most famous, and quite possibly the only former pirate you're ever going to lay your eyes on. That's right, I said former. And you might be asking yourself, "Jack, why the former?" Why leave the life of adventure? Why walk away from the life of all that excitement? And let me tell you, I have had the life of a famous pirate. I have sacked over 40 British and French ships, getting away with tons of Spanish silver and Portuguese gold. I've lived a life of mayhem, the life of death and destruction. I've probably burned down over half the Caribbean in my adventures. And when you look at that life, you've got to say, it's not healthy. I mean, not really. If you really think about it, there's not a lot of personal growth going on, with these guys, in these circles. No one's talking about unlocking their real potential, because one day something inside me woke up and I realized that I'm an enlightened being in a pirate experience. And I was done with the pillaging. I was done with the plundering, and I wanted the prosperity. Plus, more. I did. So I left the past behind. I struck out into the open sea on my own, in my own ship. Well, not my ship. I stole. Well, stole is a strong word. I borrowed a ship. More like a long-term lease, really. And I sailed off into the open sea on my own. The problem here was I didn't have a destination. And without a destination, when you're just running from your past, you end up drifting. You end up sailing in circles. Circles so large, you don't even know you're in them. Kind of like life. And problem number 2, there are massive storms at sea, which is my greatest fear. I've had the same nightmare 1,000 times, that a monster 50-foot wave splits my ship in two and drags me to the bottom of the sea. So I tried to be an expert in sailing around the storms and trying to side skirt the storm, only ships aren't built for that. You end up getting sideways in high seas, and that is when you capsize. I lost 3 ships, did permanent damage to the 4th. None of them were mine, by the way. And had to dump my cargo to keep the 4th ship afloat, meaning had to dump my treasure. So now I'm broke and broken. And I decided to find the one place in the ocean where there are no storms, the doldrums. That's right. And I found it. There's no wind, there's no life, there's no waves, but there's no storms. We call the doldrums the Dead Sea of Waiting, because that's where millions of dreams go to die. And I was there for years. I bet some of you might be in your own Dead Sea of Waiting right now, like me. And what are you waiting for? Waiting for your luck to change. Waiting for a yes or a no. Waiting for something to happen. For years I spent waiting, dreams dying in the Dead Sea of Waiting. Until one day, a thought occurred to me, which was not very often. I'm not the brightest bloke, if you haven't figured that out yet, but a thought occurred to me nonetheless. Like a still small voice, like a whisper. And the voice said, you were meant for something better than this. And I said, no, don't think I was, actually. And the voice said, Jack, you were meant for something better than this. And I said, no, I've made a million decisions in my life, and these are the consequences. And the voice said, there is greatness in you, Jack. And I got mad and said, no, there's not. There's not. And the voice said, there is, Jack. There's greatness in you yet. And I knew the voice was right. There was something in me, a spark of something. And I said, if there is greatness in me, then what do I do about that? And the voice said, you go for the dream, Jack. And you do what you can with what you have now. And I said, what dream? Dream? And the voice said, you know, Jack, the dream. And I said, you mean pink sands, which was code for my dream. And the voice said, right, Jack, go for pink sands and do what you can with what you have now. And I made a decision right then to go for my dream. And I looked around and all I had was a sinking, rotting ship and a bucket. So I started bailing. That's what I could do with what I had. I knew I couldn't save my ship, But I started bailing, and after 3 days of bailing as fast and as hard as I could, I bought myself 3 extra days with my ship not sinking. And then, on the 3rd day, a huge, beautiful 3-masted schooner sailed right up next to my ship, with a captain on board that I recognized, a master sailor, an expert navigator that I had not yet had the pleasure of sailing with. And the captain yelled out, "Jack, I'm here to transport you to your dream." And I said, "What?" And the captain said, "Jack, I'm here to transport you to your dream. We might sail through a storm or two, it might be scary, but I'm here to do it. Are you ready?" And I said, "Well, actually, I have some questions first, because see, I've got kind of a past, and you know, I'm just wondering." And the captain said, "No, Jack, it's yes or no." And he tossed me a heavy rope, which swung over to my ship. He said, "You're all in or you're out." And I caught the rope and made a decision then that I was all in for my dream. I said yes, and I swung on that rope just as my ship sank, landed on the new ship, right on the deck, right in front of the captain. And the captain said, "Jack, you steer, you take the wheel, I will navigate, and we're going to get you to your dream." And the moment my fingers wrapped around that wheel, the winds of change began to blow all around me. The winds of change filled up the sails of the ship, and we started moving faster than I'd ever crossed the ocean. We're moving forward. And the captain said, "Jack, our course is north, true north." And as I turned the ship to the north, I saw off on the horizon a storm brewing. And I said, "Are you sure it's north?" And the captain said, "Yes, Jack, true north." And as we sailed north into the storm, the sky started to go dark and the wind started to howl. And just then, a large wave rose up and crashed along the port side of my ship. It turned the whole ship to the west. And the captain said, "North, Jack, head north." And then the captain said, "Jack, I'm going to give you the code you're going to use for the rest of your life. Are you ready? Face the storm, stay the course, do it afraid, go for the dream." And I screamed that code out into the howling wind. Stay the course, face the storm, do it afraid, go for the dream. And the rain started to pelt down and the clouds grew blacker. And then another huge wave rose up and crashed along the starboard side of the ship. This wave almost knocked me and the captain into the water. We scrambled back up onto the deck and grabbed the wheel again. And now, into the pelting rain, I said the code again. Stay the course, face the storm, we do it afraid, we go for the dream. And another wave crashed along the bow. I was so frightened, I was so scared that the captain said, "North, Jack, just steer the ship north." And as I positioned to go north, I saw a monster head straight for us. Because we were in perfect position, we rose up and over the other side of the wave. And the momentum, because of our position, propelled us down the backside of the wave and right out of the storm. As quickly as the storm had grown, it was gone. And we were sailing into the most beautiful yellow sky I'd ever seen. And the water turned this brilliant turquoise blue as we sailed. And then I saw something bobbing in the water. And as we sailed up, I saw that it was a crate, a huge old wooden crate. And the captain helped me pull it up and onto the deck. There were barnacles all over it. And as I pushed off the seaweed, I saw there were letters burned into the lid. Calico Jack. My name was on the lid. I was scared to open it. And the captain said, "It's okay, Jack." As I opened the lid, inside, there was one thing. An old piece of parchment paper rolled up, tied with a string. closed my eyes and I thought about all the people I had hurt, and all those that had hurt me. And I made my mind a calm, beautiful ocean for them to sail. And when I opened my eyes, it was done. And I looked down at the parchment paper, and it had turned into a map. And so we kept sailing that day, following the map. And then, off in the horizon, I saw a speck, which, as we sailed closer, turned into an island, which, as we got closer, I could see had palm trees and waterfalls and pink sands. It was my dream. And we sailed the big ship right up onto the beach. And I jumped off, knee deep in the most beautiful coral powder you've ever seen. I grabbed 2 fistfuls of it and threw it up into the air. And I saw the captain pointing to the bay to the west. And as I looked one bay over, I saw it. A brand new ship with the words pink sand carved into the bow. And there I am on the ship. It was my dream. My dream had been on the other side of the storm the whole time. And I'll bet yours is too, right? I've lived a life of death, mayhem, destruction. It's not the life for me. I've lived a life in the Dead Sea waiting. It's not the life for me. And I've lived the life of a dream builder. That's the life for me. Yo ho, a dream builder life for me. Yo ho, a dream builder life for me. Oh, listen. Listen now. You hear that? That's the wind of change. Blowing again. That's right. Because there are more storms. Because there are bigger dreams right on the other side of them. So if you've got a passion for staying the course, say arr. And if you've got a passion for facing the storm, say arr. And if you've got a passion for doing it afraid, say arr. And if you've got a passion for going for the dream, I want you to stand up and as loud as you can, with me, every one of you, say arr. I'm Calico Jack. It's been a pleasure sailing with you today. And until I see you again, go for your dreams. Arr.
That's right. Oh. Well, as Calico Jack says, there is greatness in you. There is greatness in you. Why don't we just put your hand on your heart for a moment and let's breathe into this and say, there is greatness in me. There is greatness in me. And look at your neighbor briefly. We did this earlier. There is greatness in you, you can say. Anybody around you. There's greatness in you. Yes. All right. Okay. Yes, that's right. There you go. And I love the kids were even engaged there. I'm like, finally, something the kids are interested in. All right. So the idea is, and what does he say? You've got to work with what you have. You know, he had an old boat. So what did he do? He got into action. He starts, bailing out the water. And then what happens is the new boat shows up, and which will always happen. And there's a new captain. He says that he hasn't been at that consciousness yet. See, so this whole gratitude allows you to go to another consciousness. And then all he's doing is steering, but the consciousness is navigating, right? Stay the course. Stay the course. So we have the four things he said. We'll put them in the e-blast also, Dan. Don't let me forget. So we'll have these on so you can stay with them this week. But stay the course. About this 4th week of writing your gratitude list, it's like, my partner moved to Brazil. What am I going to do? My gratitude partner. Or, my pen ran out of ink. Or, my phone's not working. Or, I'm bored, right? But see, you've got to stay the course. Are you bored with breathing? Not really, right? Is your heart bored with, I'm beating this heart, bored with beating? No. Right? So we stay the course. You stay the course of this gratitude exercise. You can stop on November 12th if you want. But for today, you're going to stay the course. then you're going to face the storm because things are happening. I mean, my laptop was stolen, for heaven's sakes. My personal laptop, it only happened to me. It never happens to anybody else. Not at all, right? So things happen, but we just have to go. So I could have stayed and gotten mad and said Prague's the worst place in the world. But you know what happened? The manager of all the hotels, there's like 5 hotels, came and talked to us and was so sorry. And then he said, you can come back to Prague and I'll give you a free week at any of our hotels. So I'm like, okay, right? But see, had I not, faced the storm and said, how do we deal with this? And then do it afraid. There's always this idea of anything new is always going to bring up fear because you haven't done it before. But I love as he stayed the course that his big fear was the wave, right? But here, as he stayed the course, the wave came and they went up and over it, remember? And then they saw the pink sand. So the question today, and then do your dream. So what is your pink sand? It's only for you. Kathy works with bees. I mean, she loves the bees. I think it's darling. It's like a be happy. There's so many things to play with bees. But the idea that what is your thing, right? Because it is why you're alive. Kind of important. So the idea that you keep coming, and the winds of change will keep going. But gratitude will always keep you afloat and have you remember what is important to me. What do I love? It might be Family Matters, going and working with a young person. But there is greatness in you, 100%. And why don't we so you got to get the pirate energy on. This is recovering pirate energy that we say together, R. Let's do it, R, yes. And so we're going to practice just letting your imagination take you over. And we are going to be with the song that you are the face of God. Because this idea of the face of God, Mother Teresa said that God shows up in many disguises. So you might feel disguised yourself, or maybe one of your people that you're working with forgiveness is disguised. But the idea is that everyone is the face of God. And Peter gave me a little funny. You are the face of God. Rah! Okay, so, we work with what we got. So the idea is that I'm going to invite you to sing this through 3 times, and then we'll go into some period of contemplation. But first, I want you to sing You Are the Face of God to someone that's easy or something. Maybe your pet, good friend, easy situation, what you love about this place. The next time we sing it through, I want you to sing it to someone that is challenging for you, someone that bothers you or upsets you, or a situation that upsets you. I want you to send that energy. You'll see it shift in you. And then finally, I want you to sing it to yourself as a young child, as the baby that you were, just, to kind of really get you into that youthful energy that is you. So let us do this. There is greatness in you. Here we go.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
Someone that is a little difficult, but that is clearly your teacher if they are in your life. You are the face of God. Here we go.
You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of God.
Bring to your mind you as a young soul and so lovable. And you are the face of God.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
There is greatness in you. And that is your treasure. It is not hidden or buried. It is alive and well. And so we practice staying the course in our gratitude experiment, recognizing that it changes us cellularly, energetically when we stay the course. We commit to awakening, to noticing what we appreciate and finding the gift even in the uncomfortable situations, being willing to stay that course. Face the storm that life has upsets, life has emotional weather patterns, and we face it head on, recognizing that there is nothing to fear. We are just evolving. And so we live in that sense of fear is a mask, it's a screen, and we can use fear as an acronym just to saying forget everything's all right. There's always going to be a sense of fear when we do something new, so we do it afraid. And we go for the dream, and that's what we'll be practicing here in our time of just listening to Peter's music. Is what is that pink sand for you? What is on the other side of anything that feels like it's blocking you? What is that pink sand, that place that you can go into a neutral, calm, and sense of forgiveness, and then see that dream? So we relax into our greatness. I let the power of gratitude, let my sailing of life be easy. Let it be purposeful. Let me always notice when people are there to help and guide me, and notice when I am feeling connected to something, especially my dream. So my treasure is a heavenly connection. It can never wear out. It can never be taken away because it is in me. I am the face of God, and so is every other soul on this planet. And so I invite you to hold the hands of your spiritual family, and if you're close enough to do that, or just be. And we're going to sing the face of God twice through. I'd love you to consider every soul on this planet. Just holding hands.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. We are a family. You are the face of God. So in this time of openness and gratitude, seeing the face of God everywhere, I invite you to speak the name. In our moment of silence, speak the names of anyone you want to hold in prayer. It could be yourself, a situation, in this moment of silence. So we know the moment our heart connects with prayer, it is immediately answered. We hold this community, our staff, our volunteers, our board, all that serve here at Unity in Chicago, and all of you that are here, just in that beautiful, love-filled, treasure-filled energy. And we know that prayers are already answered. We thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. Thank you, life. Thank you, love. And so it is. Amen. So we're blessed to have chaplains with us at each service. They are folks that meet once a month. They go through training once a year, and we are, and their pictures are up here. And who are the chaplains for this service? If we have, there's Jeff. All right, so Jeff is here, and right around the corner. It's a treasure experience being there with the chaplains, so please do that. If you want to have a wellness call, you are welcome to sign up upstairs, downstairs. There's a sheet for wellness calls, and now one of our chaplains will call you at least once a month, maybe every other month, but the idea is once a month right now, and it's a beautiful experience. All right, so I wanted to tell you just briefly about our tithes. We have, in the last, since June, July, and August, we have given out $9,000 into the community, and we have some of the people are up here. It's Goldie's Place, the ALS Down Farm, which is Bob Evans, Friends of Fresh and Green, Reverend James Parker, who tithes his time to be here, the International Polio Plus Fund, Reverend Chris Michaels, Patty Pipia, who leads our chaplains, Family Matters, you saw her earlier, Hurricane Harvey, Petacensus, and Food Bank. So I'd like to give you all a hand for giving to Unity in Chicago that puts money out into the world to bless so many people. And we say, if you can see our affirmation, I'll say it once and then we can say it together. It says, by affirming our prosperity and giving generously, we are making a difference in the world. We are making a difference in the world. And many of our suggestions come from you all. And so there is a tithe suggestion that is suggesttithe@unitychicago.org. So if you know of a nonprofit or anything that you feel like we could tithe to, please tell us. All right, so we are giving from that place of fullness and generosity, just knowing again that everything you give here certainly blesses this wonderful community we have, but it also goes out and tithe, as we tithe, and goes out and blesses the community around us. You can give, certainly write a check or cash, but you can also give over on our automatic giving machine. You can become a part of Abundant Life Giving, which is recurring giving, that even when you're not here, your abundance is. So that's really important for our well-being. So if you'll put your hands together, whether you're giving here or just showing up as the great soul you are, we will say together our offering blessing. It's right here on the screen. Here we go. I am abundance in action. There is no lack in my life. I give from the fullness of what I receive. What I give returns into my life multiplied abundantly. I hold a vision of thriving for myself and for Unity in Chicago, and so it is. And Gretchen Goodrich, down in my soul.
All right, we know how this works. I call, you respond. You with me? Okay. I hear the music down in my soul. We got it. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I got a new day down in my soul. I got a new day down in my soul. I got a new day down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. Now we take it down. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power. Come on, down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. Yes, it is now. I say the whole wide world is my home. All right, unity.
Amazing. Oh my gosh, Gretchen, thank you. On my gratitude list. Wow. All right, so we just breathe in gratitude, and we just know that our treasure is in the feeling of wanting to be generous, this place that blesses each and every one of us. So hold that in your heart as we say the following affirmations. I am generosity in action. Gratitude is my way of life. I receive easily. I give abundantly. I am blessed. And I am a treasure. And so it is. All right, thank you. Thanks, guys and girl. All right. So, she's so funny. We had, I don't know, they were hanging things yesterday, clearly, and they had a love offering basket. Even though our treasure, is on the inside, Gloria comes up and she goes, there was an empty love offering basket in the seats. I'm like, if somebody took the love offering, it's just the way, but anyway, I knew that was from yesterday. It was just like, well, we just talked about, treasures on the inside. What are you going to do? So anyway, but Gloria did look a little concerned. I'm like, no, we got a system. That was yesterday's empty love offering basket. Anywho, we have a little bit of something going on here. We're always being silly. All right, for you online. Yes, all right. Who remembers Bewitched? Yes, right, okay. I know Juan. I said, Juan, Bewitched? He's like, no, I was born in 1984 or something. I'm like, oh, give me a break. Anyway, so God bless you, you little youngster over there. But we are so blessed to have David Serta as part of our congregation. He has a company called the Hell in a Handbag Productions, and they do fantastic plays, and they're always sort of championing the underdog. So who do you think was that underdog in Bewitched? She was looking through the curtains all the time. What was her name? Gladys Kravitz, yes. So Gladys didn't get much of a voice, but she does in this play. So it's called Bewildered rather than Bewitched, yes. A reimagining of the beloved 60s and 70s television sitcom Bewitched is seen through the eyes of Gladys Kravitz, Samantha Stevens' iconic nosy neighbor. Poor Gladys knows what she sees next door is real, but can she prove it in time to save her life? Gladys finally gets her due in this fun and magical musical parody. And it is ongoing right now, but we have a Unity night, Sunday night, October 29th, and half the ticket sales come into Unity. So I invite you all to come. I don't know if you've come to any times we've gotten together, but the Unity night is a scream. And they give me a cameo part, which is terrifying. But anyway, it is a wonderful, wonderful play, and you can get tickets out here today. You get them online, so we put you on our iPad, but there's also instructions about how to get them. You go to brownpapertickets.com and get your ticket to Bewildered on October the 29th. So we would love for you to be there. Great generosity of David Serta and Chris Yorex. All right, read your bulletin. We do not announce everything. It seems like we do, but we don't. And so all of these, look online there. Get this thing, look at your bulletin, get online, because there's lots of things happening all the time. If you want to apply to be on our board of trustees, there's a table out there that will be at the November 12th annual meeting election. And I believe it's the last day for Reeds, so we have the elves are back there looking very adventurous. You want to come up and say something, for heaven's sakes? You got all the bells going on, and then we'll close her up. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right, all right.
Hi, Unity family. Thank you. Unity family, it's the elves here. We just want to invite you to buy your wreaths. It's the last Sunday. So come on down.
All right. Here, you can come on in. And of course, all the wreath funds go to the garden and closing up the garden this year. So here is Kathy Mathis again, and there we go.
All right, if you are with us for the first time today, we hope you have enjoyed your time with us. We want to get to know you better, make sure we answer any questions. So if you are here for the first time or even the second or third time today, please raise your hand with us so our ushers can find you. Welcome, 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 welcome. Wow, awesome. So you are receiving a small gift and also a little welcome packet. And so we invite you to fill out that visitor's card. Did we get everybody? Here's another lady right here. Okay, so we are giving you a flower and also a little information packet, and there is a visitor's card. We invite you to fill that out and trade it in for a Unity tote bag. And if you or anyone has any questions about Unity or our community, please stop by and ask the welcome team. They'll be back here in the Sunshine Gallery, and we want to make sure that you feel comfortable and warm and part of our community. So welcome. All right, and our flowers today, beautiful flowers, are generously donated by Agnes and John Laughlin in gratitude for 50 years of love and marriage. And they were here at the first service, so I don't see them now. But their message is, thank you for 50 years. On Yom Kippur, October 14th, 1967, Agnes Luby and John Laughlin were wed. We celebrate that union and all our blessings with our Unity family. The universe has a way of gifting us with exactly what we need for our spiritual evolution. Thank you, Spirit, for all the years of learning the meaning of love. It has been our pleasure to grow and expand who we are in so many awesome ways. So, like I said, they were here at the first service, and we certainly congratulate Agnes and John and thank them for the flowers. And I will tell you that there is cake downstairs to celebrate after the service. And if you would like to donate flowers for a service, we have October 29th available, and there are some additional fall dates available. So you can stop by the information desk, or you can email Mickey at unitychicago.org to reserve your dates. So let's see. Just a reminder to use that orange card and sign up for our emails and look at those, and also go to unitychicago.org to find out what's going on. And let us welcome back Heidi McGuire. Holly McGuire. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Come on, everybody stand up. Do a little Temptations with me. You got a smile so bright. You know you could have been a candle. You're holding me so tight. You know you could have been a handle. The way you swept me off my feet. You know you could have bruised. So sweet. Oh, you could have been so perfume. Well, you could have been
Kathy. So Holly and Gretchen, Peter, Kurt, Sarah. All right, come on. Thank you. All right, so let's end up with one big R. R. All right, very good. Okay, that treasure's within. And just remember that. Let's weave ourselves out of here. All right.